giving them breadcrumbs so that they could navigate, okay? Then I met my wife. I hope she don't get upset with this, but I'm gonna speak the truth. I asked for the prenup. A prenup wasn't put on me. I asked for it because I had business partners that I needed to protect, and I needed to make sure her family knew that I had no intentions on coming after anything that she had established before she met me. I wanted to create a runway where we could just experience love with each other and figure out what this unnatural, natural feeling was that we were exploring, that was just exploding in both of us, that provoked us to get married after 3 weeks. You dig? After that time, chaos broke out. The gentleman who is taking the initiative to use her and my platform, because he does not have one, to demonstrate things that are beyond false and fictitious. It's beyond that. Didn't show up to the wedding. Didn't want to speak with me, get to know me. And now that I have 2 daughters and a niece, I would never leave them uncovered in that regard. I even have a young man who has a desire to marry my daughter. And I'm going to make it very clear to him that you want to date the things that you like about her, but you're going to be married to the things that you don't. And making that clear, right? I didn't have that type of conversation. As a matter of fact, there were certain people who didn't show up to the wedding because they were not given permission to perform. My wedding was not going to be a performance. And that's why we got married in secrecy in 2014. And then we redeemed that opportunity to have a wedding in 2015. I can literally count on my hands the number of times that I have met Joseph and spoken with Joseph, who used to call me young guy and OG, even though we had no real relationship. This could have been handled with a phone call, but you chose to take another route. Let's get down to it. It became very clear to me when my wife came to me crying in 2015 that she couldn't buy a pocketbook, that something was going on. So I went through the books and I saw very clear that there was a lot of brown bagging and stealing going on, even though I had no knowledge or education in the music industry. I was lost. I was way outside my comfort zone. But wisdom translates across any industry, ethnicity, nationality, geophysical territory. I knew that if I applied wisdom and I asked God to guide me, he would show me how to cover my wife. And it became very evident that people were stealing from her. At the same time, people were stealing from me. And with tears in our eyes and crying, we made the courageous decision to step out there because we can be broke by ourselves. She said, babe, I'm not going to fail on stage, and I know you're not going to fail in your executive position. And we stepped out there. We built Rock Soul. I've been to every meeting. I've been on every call. I've negotiated every contract. I've been a part of every single thing that has allowed her gift to be in the proper place, because I promised her you will never die broke. You will never die strung out on drugs, and you will not die alone like a lot of the greats out there, because I'm your man. That's me. And I've honored that, and I've exceeded my goals. There were times, man, we didn't have but $200,000 in the account, and we got multiple shows to put on, and we having to borrow money. Where was you at then? When my wife had to go through multiple surgeries and I'm there nursing her and cleaning her wounds, where were you then? When we were trying to blend this family and it was challenging for our kids and ourselves, where was your wisdom then, man of God? That was me praying. That was me anointing my children with oil. That was us having to short sell that house at Seton House because we didn't have enough money to keep it pushing, but we prayed and we fasted and we rented properties over here. You know what a date used to look like with me and my wife? We used to get sandwiches from Jersey Mike's and go sit at the airport and talk about the goodness of God and what's going to come. Where was you then? Newsflash, and I'm going to do this respectfully. You remember the last time we gave you $3,500? Since you want to call my name, homie. She didn't want to give it to you. I compelled her to give it to you. I said, baby, we blessed. And if we hold everything in our hands tight, God can't trust us. It's not about an individual. It's about him exercising his faith in us. I'm the reason you got the money. I'm the reason a lot of people in the family have gotten the money, because I don't hold on to money. You want to ask me what I do? It's my company with my wife. And this is the first year. What is this, 2026? We've been doing this since 2015. This is the first year I drew a paycheck. This is the first year. Do I set the paycheck for myself? No. This is a business. So we have an enrolled agent who establishes what's a reasonable salary. So if I take, anyway.